All right, guys. Well, this is pulling up. I really hate recording these. Every time I listen to myself, I feel like I sound like an idiot. So, um, we're gonna keep talking about landscape this week. Jumping back to, I know we've done quite a bit on jobs and careers, stuff like that. I'm gonna jump back to the landscape stuff. Um, Basically, we only have 2 more weeks, so hang in there. This week, next week are, and we're pretty much wrapping up then. Um, so we're gonna look at landscape plans, and this will help you for this week's assignment. So pay attention, okay? And I'm gonna go fast, so you don't have to listen to me drone on and on and on. So usually in a landscape plan, right, you have a title, basically a title page as a title block with the client's name, what scale you used to draw it in, when you designed it, who designed it, and then um, you will number the plants that you use. Okay, I'm not going to have you go that far um, in this assignment. And then basically, you are going to have notes, anything that you need to clarify, right? So you'll have some notes, you'll have your plant list, and you'll have your actual image here, right? So here's a sample one, right? You can see the house here, right? You can see several trees along here, another little cluster of trees here. We've got some lawn. We have a nice patio here. Looks like a little fountain there. Okay. See your stone walkway around to the front of the house. All sorts of different things that you can see here in this landscape plan, right? Here's a different one. Okay. Again, it just gives you a good idea of what type of plants and where and what other landscape features, right? Looks like they have a fireplace with a little patio here and a nice kind of walled off private area for this fire pit. Um, so it's just to try and convey what it should look like. Here are some of the symbols, okay? Typically, um, you'll see on all of these, anything that's evergreen is going to have little points coming out of it, and if it's deciduous, it's going to have little U shapes or notches into it. Okay, that's the same for shrubs and trees. Usually, shrubs are obviously just smaller diameter. Okay, again, evergreen hedges points out, deciduous notches in. Okay, um, trees, this obviously connotates needles. Deciduous, broadleaf, right? This is a little more in depth. Um, we have ground covers, right? So we have some cross hatching, patchwork, clumps, turf, right? You just put little specks basically down for turf. Um, uh, Concrete, stone pavers, brick pavers, right? Um, Then we have wood and a water feature, cobblestone, right? There's all these different symbols that we can use. They even have specific lettering types, right? Which we don't really need to see. An important thing is scale. Now I'm just going to ask you guys to do your best. If you want to go and do perfectly to scale, that's fine. Typically, in a landscape design, we do 1/8 scale. So 1/8 of an inch on the paper equals 1 foot in the real world. So, for example, if you had a 10-foot deciduous tree, you do 1/8 times 10. So the tree on the paper would be 1 and a quarter. So 1 1/4 inch diameter. All right. Um, so you can certainly, I suggest that you try and stay to scale in this assignment, but it doesn't have to be perfect, okay? Um, okay, here's another example, a 3 foot by 8 foot evergreen hedge in real life um, would be 3/8 of an inch wide, okay, and 8 feet long, right? You're just doing 1/8 times 3 equals 3/8. 1/8 times 8 equals 1 inch, okay? So hopefully that makes some sense. Okay, rendering, we've talked about and done rendering in class, okay? I want you to render the plans that I have you do here in a minute. Add color, add shade trees, right? When you're actually thinking about the landscape plan and what you want, what features you want, add shade trees. Try and add some color so it's interesting, right? Try and add some seating areas, barbecue areas. Down here, you will want water features, right? Like a pool, or it can just be a fountain, right? Things like that. If your backyard's big enough, add a pool. For the front yard, try and create a focal point drawing you to the door. Okay, you can see these ones, the lines all kind of guide your eyes to the door, right? You guys probably already all have fences in your yards, so you won't have to worry about this in your plans. But we like fences here in America. Kind of gives us a nice hard border of our property, right? You can add stepping stones and sidewalks and curbing, right? Doesn't all have to be just grass or vegetation. Okay, so that's pretty much it. So in the assignment this week, when you click on it, I'm going to have you this week, all you're going to do is recreate your house, your yard, show me what it looks like right now, and try and do it to scale. Um, Try and render it, take a picture and upload it on Canvas. That will get you the points for this week. Next week, I'm going to have you redesign your yard to however you wished it was, right? Whatever other features you would like to add, whether if you add a pool or a fountain or a bunch of trees or whatever, you're going to redesign it next week. This week, I just want to see as close to scale what your front yard, house, backyard look like in a landscape plan, right? So it's going to be, you're going to be drawing something like this to show me what your yard currently looks like. And then just take a picture of it, upload it onto Canvas. Thanks, guys.